a real life fatal attraction story, actually. Now, this is not something that's new in the media, but it's been around, and this is only back in 2021. So this is a couple years ago. So, falsely accused of rape by the lover he dumped, this married barrister was thrown in a cell. That was just a part of the campaign of revenge that saw her stab her own thigh and blame him. There's nothing unusual about the first time Aneshta Ahmed first contacted Isbal Mohammed via the professional networking site LinkedIn. He was a successful commercial barrister with the top legal chambers in Birmingham, who starred in a 2008 BBC TV docu-series called The Barristers. She was an ambitious young lawyer from Oxford trying to get a foot in the door. People sent him their CVs all the time or messages asking for career advice. Partially, she follows up with an email to his work account requesting feedback and listing 10 rather presumptuous questions about his career path and salary, among other things. She sounded a bit haughty and demanding, so I deleted it without replying. Mr. Mohammed, 38, of that first 2010 contact from the woman who would later set out to destroy him. But Ahmed's was nothing, if not persisted. 3 years later, she invited him to connect on LinkedIn again. This time, her simple hi, an attractive profile picture, ignited an exchange of friendly, rather flirty messages leading to a coffee shop meeting. She was personable, and there was no warning signs at all, he says, of that first ill fated meeting, while I, flattered by her attention, was an idiot. Today, Mr. Muhammad bitterly regrets not telling Ahmed he was engaged when she showed more than a professional interest in him, and the ill advised affair which followed, lasting less than 9 months. So here's the problem: he wasn't upfront in the beginning. He never told her that he was engaged. Mistake number one: he will never forgive himself for cheating on his wife. They wed in December 2013. Who learned the devastating truth about when Ahmed, furious to discover from social media he was married, contacted her. Mr. Mohammed then ended the affair and apologized to his lover. But in doing so, he sparked an extraordinary real life fatal attraction campaign of revenge, which ended only last week at Oxford Crown Court when Ahmed, 33, was finally jailed. Indeed, all that seemed to be missing from this disturbing case was a bunny boiling in the pan on top of the stove. One of the most memorable scenes from the 1987 movie Thriller, starring Michael Douglas as an adulterous lawyer and Glenn Close and as his deranged, spurned mistress. Did you see that movie? Yeah, that was really interesting and scary too. Given a discretionary life sentence with a minimum term of 4 years and 6 months, the court heard how Ahmed had relentlessly harassed Mr. Muhammad and tried to destroy him with an evil and malicious plot. I felt very sad at this wasted life, this prison sentence that she brought upon on herself, but also a great sense of relief that the nightmare was finally over, and with justice done, we had closure, said Mr. Muhammad in his first interview. With Ahmed now in jail for the first time in years, I feel safe. I don't have to look over my shoulder worrying about what she will do next. I truly believe she is dangerous, and there are no lengths she will go into in order to exact revenge. To be honest, I am still scared of her and the grudge she holds against me. I worry about the day she is released, whether she will come after me again. His fears will seem to be not without reason. The court heard how Ahmed not only exposed his infidelity to his family, friends, and colleagues, but tried to have him booted out of his chambers and disbarred. She forged emails from his work account, falsely claiming he was harassing her, and faked phone calls from him, lying to police that he wouldn't leave her alone and had threatened to post intimate pictures of her online. When that failed, and police launched a criminal investigation into her harassment campaign instead, she then falsely accused Mr. Muhammad of rape. Arrested at his chambers in June 2015, handcuffed and locked in a cell for 7 hours, Mr. Muhammad was left feeling suicidal with his reputation in tatters. In a final desperate bid to frame her ex-lover, Ahmed then staged her own kidnap and stabbing, roping in an ex-boyfriend as an accomplice, who confessed to the police she had ordered him to knife her 3 times. When he refused, fearing he might accidentally kill her, Ahmed is believed to have stabbed her herself. She's believed to have stabbed herself, almost severely severing her femoral femoral artery with a horrific injury to her thigh. Can you imagine this? A woman would go through so much to frame a man, that a married man who ended his relationship with her. Like, how demonic and evil do you have to be? She told police Mr. Muhammad had ordered the attack on her, later producing a forged confession from an imaginary hitman, wiping away tears visibly from her veiled face in court as the judge told her she was dangerous. Ahmed looked nothing like the fashionably dressed, westernized career woman police believe deliberately targeted Mr. Muhammad after seeing him on TV. Today, he is aware that there are some who will think he received his just deserts for cheating with a woman who then felt used and betrayed. He agrees he has every reason to feel deeply ashamed of his actions and the hurt he has caused. He is eternally grateful to his wife, also a lawyer, for giving him a second chance. They reconcile after a painful separation, which was triggered by the discovery of his infidelity. Gentlemen, be very aware. Married men, be very aware of the women who out there. First of all, if you're married, you should remain faithful. And also the women that who come after you, even though that you're married, to have a relationship. They could be just as psycho as